It's your girl Spice, and today I am here with Billynaire X Cruz. We are in Santa Ana, California. How are you doing today?
Too blessed for the rest.
Okay, that's great to hear. He is so silly, he's going to keep you laughing this whole interview. We're going to start off by asking him a question. I noticed that you're very active in the entertainment field. Can you tell some of our viewers what are your strongest talents?
My good looks.
Okay.
Besides that, I think just the way I am, keeping it real, simple, fast. I have a lot of street smart and a lot of education, and I use those street smarts to use in the industry, and it just helps me to take it to the next level.
Awesome.
It's one of my biggest strengths is thinking and negotiating.
Those are great skills to have. For many that don't know, Billynaire started off originally co-producing gospel music. What are some of the obstacles you feel you faced when you were reaching out to non-believers?
Well, one of them is that, it was hard because everybody releasing different things. Everybody releasing different higher power. And I think it was hard because they never had a person, I would say like myself, that who approached them in a way to make them think why I believe so strongly in Christianity. And it helped a lot to make them think. They say, you know what, maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong. I would leave them thinking about it. There's some that are like, they will say in Spanish, hueso colorado, which means like prideful about their religion, and that's great, that's awesome, but in a way, like at the beginning it was hard, but through the process that they listen, they understand. And I guess the obstacle is the way you approach them. It's the hardest thing of how you're gonna say, because the same way you talk to people in church, like preaching, exhorting, you can't talk to somebody like that outside. You gotta be more lovable, more humble. and you have to reach them with love, because they mostly come from a broken down home. So you reach them with love in your testimony.
I think that's a great answer and a great response. I want to go on to something else. You have big plans, it seems like, on a regular basis.
Yeah.
What is going on with 2015? What are some of your goals?
2015 is my movie that I just accomplished. It's called Hollywood Tours. You can go to the trailer and see it. That's one of my biggest films I just shot right now. Another one's Tacos for Lunch. The Purge.
Oh, wow.
Horrible Bosses Tour. And also my music project that I'm working on in my seminars.
Okay, what kind of seminars are you doing?
Well, seminar talks about, like, I give you pointers on how to survive in the industry, how to make money, because money's everywhere, but you just gotta go and grab it and find it. True, money could be in the back of your backyard, in your next door neighbor, everywhere. Like, it's everywhere, but you just gotta dig and find it. And I will teach you every pointer, your strengths, your weaknesses, how to come every obstacle that comes your way. Don't feel discouraged. How to take it to. Basically, I become your life coach.
Awesome. Okay, so speaking about life coach, I know that one of your strengths is music. So, do you have any plans as far as your music for 2015?
Music. I think this new album's gonna be so great. I'm about to hit the studio pretty soon to just drop tracks. Take a little time off my acting schedule, because you can only focus on one thing. You can't be focusing here and there.
That's my problem. I'm like all over the place.
It just takes you everywhere. It's like you don't know what direction to take. And I think this album's gonna be a blessing to many people, and it's gonna be like a metaphorically speaking about life and spirituality, basically what I'm going through.
Can we expect to see any tour dates or anything like that?
Soon.
Okay.
Soon. It's still being set up by my management team.
Okay, that'll be really fun. Oh yeah. By the way, congratulations on your wedding.
Oh, thank you.
Speaking of marriage, has it affected your music career?
You know what? A lot of people ask me that. But no, actually, it strengthens me more because I actually have somebody there to support me,
Awesome.
to tell me not to quit, because you always need that. You know what I mean? you're gonna get a lot of negativity, a lot of haters that people like to call, and maybe that will put you down a lot because little things, because the tongue has powerful words to either destroy you or make you. And if you have something in the backbone, I think that's great because it's your motivation to not quit.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that because a lot of guys are like, oh, I'm gonna stay single forever. So congratulations on being married, and I think that's awesome, and you're a great role model for people. Okay, I know that you are proactive in taking your career to the next level. So what tools do you use to do that?
One, I pray to God to open the doors. Second, I stop and think before I'm doing anything, because sometimes things are going so fast in your career that people are just go with the flow. That's the moment you need to stop and think which direction you're gonna take, because it could either make you fall or pick you up. So you wanna be aware of everything you're doing, analyze everything you're doing. Okay, if this is not working the way I'm moving my career, then I gotta find another game plan how to move it. So you always gotta be your worst critic and watch your videos that you've done, from like movies to videos to music videos, and you criticize yourself. And you be like, okay, if I'm doing this wrong, then I gotta correct it to do it right. So, and then I write a game plan, like, okay, if I did this in 2010, then I got to do better in 2011, and just improve every year.
Oh, I'm really happy to hear your responses, and I'm glad that the first person you acknowledged was God, and then you took some time, you gained insight of what you're doing and what your plans are. Most people, they say like, oh, I have this plan, and they boast about themselves, and so it's really nice to hear that kind of response.
I just don't see the point of boasting. I think if you're gonna boast about God, and if you could help somebody out, help somebody out. But you know what? In this industry, you gotta have friends. You can't have enemies. So if you boast a lot, guess what? In the long run, when you fall, there's nobody else that's gonna pick you up except God.
That's true. It's very true. What do you enjoy more? Is it acting, dancing, or creating music, or writing? Do so many things. What is your favorite one to do?
Well, right now, I would have to say acting. It's just a big passion in my life, but it's always been music. Music always been my passion. Why? Because I've never been the type that could just talk about my feelings. I have to write everything down. And when I'm in the studio expressing the way I feel, the way I feel like people could relate to me, because if you listen to my previous projects, my previous music, you could relate everything from like people who party, people who been misjudged, people who've been stabbed in the back, people who got mistreated, with family, with friends, co-workers, whatever the case is, you could relate to that. You used to be an alcoholic, a drug addict, you were related to music, and I think music is my first and will always be my first.
That's great. Okay, so I noticed that you worked with some very famous people over the years.
My buddy.
There's Khalifa, Akon, those are some DK. Do you have any interesting stories about them, or experiences that they shared with you, or any stories?
Well, I share a couple of stories with Akon. I also share with Nick Shelton, with Pharrell Williams. Usually I kind of like, sometimes I stay in contact with Bob, and they will give me like advice, what to do and not to do. And I take that for granted, like, like I appreciate that a lot, like, because you're looking out for me, and when people talk to me and tell me, it's not that I'm not listening to you, but I'm taking it as a consideration and leave it in my heart and say, okay, like, when I'm alone and I start thinking like, okay, is it real what he's saying? Is this gonna help him? Is this gonna benefit me? I mean, I know he only means well. Sometimes when it comes down to it, it's still your own decision. But always appreciate every advice, no matter if they're little, if they're a known or not known person. You always listen and receive it in your heart. And some person you respect and you give them love and respect, you always got to take their advice. You appreciate every person in your life because you never know when you're gonna lose them. So take that advice from them. Little or big.
Burgers?
Take everything to heart. Really quick, where can people go to find more of your music or your videos?
Or you can go to my website at BillynaireXCruz.com, or as simple as that, just go to Google and type Billynaire Cruz and everything will come up.
You know, a lot of kids out there in other states, they're not in the entertainment category, and they see these movies, they see television shows. How can we inspire them that, yes, they can get part of it? How do you reach out to those people?
Usually through my seminars, or usually through if people run into me. I get a lot of hit up in Facebook, Instagram, and my emails. I mean, some people have my cell phone number, so they text me or call me sometimes when I'm not busy. So I just motivate. I tell them that, you know what, you have a big dream, never quits. Nothing's too little, so your vision has to be big. But you know, you cannot succeed without God. You cannot succeed. I totally will say that 100%. I put my life in it. And you cannot succeed without God's help. You know, if you put Him first, then everything will be open. Everything, the doors will be open. You will just walk in. You know. But like I said, it's really up to you. You know what I mean? You could never have that question in your mind. What if? Never think like that. It should never be in your dictionary. Just say, I'm gonna do it. If I make it, cool. If I don't, then I wasn't meant to do this. I was meant to do something else. But you know what? As long as you try. But if it's your dream, never quit. Never quit.
Something positive too. Now I always have to throw in one crazy question. Is there one piece of jewelry or item that you cannot start the day off without? You will not go outside the house without it?
I would say my wedding ring. You know what? And there's times that I left the house and right before I'm gonna leave my house, I run back inside. Like, I could forget my wallet, anything, but I'll never forget my wedding ring. Yeah.
Does your wife like pop you upside the head if she sees you without it?
You'll beat it because it's going to come down on your fucking head.
Not yet.
Not yet, but maybe in the future. Yeah.
Well, Billynaire X Cruz, it was really nice talking to you. Thank you so much. You're a very positive person. You're very encouraging, and I hope you continue on this path and reaching out to people. Thanks again for taking some time to talk to me and this interview. Thank you, everyone out there. Peace.
Should I hit the red button again?